Left-Wing Kingz. Listen, think, act, repeat. Israel has a long history of acting independently when it comes to military decisions, even when its closest ally, United States, opposes those moves. So despite American objections, Israel has carried out strikes and attacks, and they have argued that they couldn't wait for international consensus when the survival of their own country is at stake. So Ace, with all the support of that the U.S. provides Israel, should Israel prioritize its own strategic assessments over the United States request?
They kind of have to. I mean, it's like a yes to it. I mean, in a perfect world, we'd like them to come to us first and be like, hey, because they were somewhat involved. But I think this whole conversation, we've been talking about, hey, man, they in the heat of it. They in the thick of it. Sometimes they're going to have to do things on their own and make decisions, whether we like it or not.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, you're talking about survival. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And a lot of things are done to put us in the cross. You know what I'm saying? Really. Like, we're going to do this to Israel because we know it's going to put America in the cross. You know what I'm saying? Now they're going to have to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? So, in a perfect world, it would be nice if we could be like, hey, well, don't do this and don't do that. Back to when we were talking about weakness, though. How do we look if we don't strike back? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
If we don't do anything, then how are we going to look? That means they're going to strike again or they're going to do whatever. I just think about it, man. Even when I think about October 7th, Hamas really just said, hey, man, they're having a festival over there. Let's go grab 1,200 people and bring it back over and kill some people. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just some outlandish shit. You know what I'm saying? So how do you not respond to that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That they're okay at coming across your border and just grabbing people. A lot of times because we're isolated and our like you said, the people who border us, we're not hostile with them. So we don't have that idea of fear of somebody just coming and attacking us and doing something foul. But a lot of these countries, they neighbors or they enemies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you look at that, they got, I guess the closest we got is Cuba and over there. Like I'm saying, it's the closest we got. I mean, it's gates and guards over there for real. You know what I'm saying? So imagine Israel got that around all their borders.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and these cats are just looking for a reason to, let's go over here. They got people just legitimately there, probably from future past wars or whatever, generational wars. Like my granddaddy was fighting your granddaddy and you killed my uncle and, and my, and Israel, my uncle's in prison in Israel right now, whatever. Like, this generational.
Yeah.
And they come up with these attacks and stuff like that. So, and we're asking Israel, hey, you know what? Don't do anything. Can we really do that? Sometimes we got influence, but sometimes they're going to have to act on their own.
Yeah, I just think it's natural to understand self-preservation. I want to live and survive as a country. So of course, they look out for their best interests, like for them, like I deserve to be here. I want to survive and thrive. So I think that's a natural way of thinking on there. Of course, they got to listen to United States just because there's such dependency. So we depend on them, right, for intelligence. Is that why we're doing some things? And they depend on us for everything else, So I just think it's natural. It's a natural way of life to think of self-preservation and to look at your own self-interest as a people and a country.
Yeah, I agree. I also think that there's a place for some type of, I don't know, like maybe looking at the situation holistically, like what's the impact, to your point, Ace? Like, you get a few countries angry and then step out of bounds, and next thing you know, we got World War III, right? So there's always that possibility too. But what is the extent of your retaliation, or the extent of like prioritizing your own needs amongst the needs of the world? When you look at those two things, like there has to be some balance there.
United States ain't never had a balance there. I'm like,
no.
I mean,
I'm not trying to say that they do.
We don't have a balance.
But I think that there have been times when, to other people in other countries,
that's why they're
like
mad.
you said, they mad, right?
They're
they
mad
don't think
because
we've had
we don't
any balance, right? We might think that we have, but we only hearing what's being told to us, right? If you were to go to another country and they were to talk about how they feel about America and why, it would probably be an eye-opening experience for you. You know what I'm saying?
Well, even when we travel, we get looks. Like, it's different. I think our darker skin kind of leads us in a different direction, but you can tell, I don't know, you do get a vibe about, I don't know. It's a different experience when you go overseas and different
Mm-hmm.
places and how they view you.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, when you
If that
go,
makes sense, you know?
You know, and it's funny when you go international. You got to take some of your American off, you know, because I think Americans are isolated more than they think. So you come and you have
Yeah.
beliefs and things because your isolation. Most of us don't speak a second language.
Yeah.
Most of us are arrogant and boastful. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Entitled.
that's just entitled. You know what I'm saying? You know, we used to complaining to the manager if we don't
Yeah.
like shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and I think that when you go overseas,
Yeah.
that culture comes off on us. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
yeah, I think you'll be surprised because of our lack of worldly knowledge and our isolationism. Like the head moderator was saying, man, if we sitting around and we talking to somebody, they start telling you really about what they think about America and what we've done, I think it'd be an eye opener to a lot of people. And you know,